Before the recent violence between Hamas and Israel, Türkiye was set to fully normalize ties with Israel. The two countries had appointed ambassadors in 2022, and Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan was expecting to host Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu this fall. Following Hamas's unprecedented attacks on Israel on October 7th and Israel's retaliations, Ankara had initially called for a de-escalation of violence.
As the fighting intensified, Ankara proposed to establish a guarantor system to help resolve the Israeli-Palestinian conflict because of its ties to both Hamas and the Israeli government. But on October 25th, Erdogan made the following statement on Hamas, which some analysts say changes Ankara's position.
The Hamas
Hamas is not a terrorist organization, but a liberation group. A group of mujahideen that is fighting to protect its soil and its citizens.
I think from Israel's perspective, any lingering hopes that Turkey could act as an intermediary just disappeared with that statement. I don't think they were very realistic anyway, but with that statement, they just disappeared. Erdogan's saying he's supporting one side, and you don't be an effective intermediary if you're supporting one side.
Erdogan's statement supporting Hamas was welcomed by his domestic supporters, but wholeheartedly rejected by the Israeli government. Erdogan, who had planned to visit Israel, cancelled his trip, as did the Turkish energy minister, who was set to discuss energy cooperation in the Eastern Mediterranean with Israeli officials.
It's very difficult for Erdogan domestically to push forward with any rapprochement with Israel at the same time as you have Israeli bombardment of Gaza. And it's also very difficult for the Israelis to push forward for any rapprochement with Turkey while you have Erdogan saying Hamas is not a terrorist organization, where it's massacred hundreds of people, hundreds of Israelis.
Since the violence erupted, many pro-Palestinian protests have been taking place across Türkiye, especially in front of the Israeli and U.S. consulates in Istanbul. Israel has since called back all of its diplomats from the country in fear of potential security threats. Michal, Bardavid, CGTN, Istanbul.